All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Castlevania, Season 3, Episode 6. So treffy. When you come in to bring your presence, your voice, and what have you, you need to bring the mood up a little bit.
Oh, do I, Cypher? That sounds exhausting.
Well, I'm not asking you to do it that much, in private. So just when we're
I'd
around
rather
other
if
people.
it was just in private. I really don't like dealing with other people.
But I have other ways of getting you to perk up, so we don't need to do that in private.
Okay, you do then. That's true.
All right, but y'all, this show's amazing. It's wonderful. The characters are
really
fantastic, and the more we focus on characters like Treffy and Sypha doing their shenanigans, let's keep having fun with that.
That's right. The judge got a nice conversation last episode.
Fantastic
that was
conversation.
Cool. Good insight into his character.
Saint Germain?
Yep, that's right.
Saint Germain,
No, it's
Are we just gonna accept it, Mr. Germain?
no, he's a very Germain fellow,
Yeah, right,
Yep,
I see. Okay. Had his shit moment.
Exactly. Because wait, we might actually have to deal with, a demon. Mm-hmm. In addition to the whole portal to hell and other places potentially.
It's okay.
That
we
whole thing.
killed fucking Dracula. So. Yeah, exactly. This shouldn't be a problem. Although we had Dracula's son, the half vampire, with us back then.
He kind of carried.
Yeah, he did carry pretty hard. Although now he's getting into a not three-way with some siblings that showed up that are now seeming very suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that was a bit too laughy and
we fall over in the grass, and then they stab him.
My dagger's not close enough for me to do a quick move while he's
Exactly.
not looking.
Exactly. Yep. It's like, we're just playing. Oh, it worked this time. Good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a little worried, but he has his
Lonely
dolls to
vampires
protect
are
him.
near you and want to know your location.
Lonely humans are near you.
Oh, lonely humans. Yeah.
Our boy just wants some friends.
He does want
that
some
can actually
friends.
talk back to him.
I know. I mean, those ones,
I mean, they talk back with, when he does it for them. It's you make do with what you have.
You make do with what you have. So, y'all, without further ado, let's make do with this episode.
It's nice to be dressed again,
But
the thing about moving right now is that I think it'll feel nice when I stop doing it.
oh, you didn't want to go for a walk then?
What?
Now then, would you like to go for a walk? Bit of fresh air in the starlight?
I think I would. Yes.
Good. Sadly, there's a condition.
Think a vampire
It should be quite
could catch up with
comfortable.
a human?
She just wanted a little extra security.
You're 10 times stronger than I am, Lenore.
Strieger pointed out that you're a magician.
That's fair.
Fine.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Walkies. It's a lovely night, don't you think?
It's a bloody chilly night.
Yeah,
I'm
vampires
warm
don't
in
get
my
cold.
cell.
That's because we channel waste heat around the castle with pipes.
Huh.
Really? Even to the cells?
Dang.
I keep telling you, we're not monsters. The thing is, Hector, humans forget things and vampires don't. You have a lot to learn.
And will I get the chance to?
So dramatic. Relax and enjoy the night. I can't see how the sun would improve this view.
All right. I admit it. That's fantastic. It just reminds me of the last time someone put a collar on me.
In Brayla,
When Carmilla almost killed me.
well, she does have a temper. But she would never have meant to kill you.
No. Because she needs me to be her Forge Master slave.
No, because if she'd meant to kill you, you would quite simply be dead.
You didn't need to say it
You may
like
not have been
that.
treated like a boy king on your way here, but you did show up alive.
Might have been nice, though.
Have you considered that you're only alive because you listened to Carmilla back in Dracula's castle?
I hadn't. She tricked me.
I think she made complete sense to you, and you felt guilty, understandably, about how it all played out.
What's she saying about me?
Lenore is saying you're a mean, nasty woman.
Cheeky little tart.
Wait. Now he's complaining again about you, and how you beat the shit out of him.
Oh, for God's sake.
In hindsight, beating the shit out of him does seem like a miscalculation. Since your scheme apparently won't work without him. We do need the idiot, Carmilla.
I know, I know.
But there is a problem.
What?
He can turn dead bodies into night creatures. Where do we get that many fresh dead bodies from? Without reducing our feeding stock to nothing.
One thing at a
That's
time.
a fair point.
Lenore has to first solve this problem for us.
It's so pretty.
New cell. In you go.
Is this a trick? Am I dreaming?
I thought you might like to be able to read.
Oh. Dang.
There. Good boy. The book, by the way, is some of our vampire magic. Given your own profession, I had a feeling you might find it interesting. Can I see you tomorrow night?
Yes?
Can I? Interesting.
Yes. Of course.
Thank you. Good night.
I can't wait to see her with her sisters.
Yeah.
The
Because-
council assembles again. Because
Uh-huh.
there's so much that she could be doing to mess with him, but also it could be genuine, it could be fake. There's so many
Right.
things that could be working here.
Yep.
He's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also a confidence man.
Yep.
But he dropped that with us.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That bothers you?
A little.
You knew what
You
you
know
were
what
doing
really
before.
bothers me?
What?
That maybe he's been on his own for so long that he was willing to drop the front that quickly because he that desperately needed friends.
Oh, sounds like a couple of you.
Yeah.
That's all three of our main characters, kinda.
Right.
I think we should help him.
Of course you do.
It's the right thing to do, and we may need his help.
Did we fall out of our story into someone else's story? Again?
Silly. It's all our story.
Yeah.
I hope I get to live long enough to find out how it ends.
Wait, is that supposed to be her butt?
No.
Did you
I
see
thought,
that?
Yeah, I saw that too.
I was like, holy
but
shit!
But no one's that dummy
Whoa,
thick.
crap, another symbol. And putting it here, too.
Okay.
Oh, that might be targeting them.
This is wrong. We shouldn't be here.
What?
A memory or an experience happening right now? Holy shit.
You going to space, Caleb?
I mean, what do you think when they think like other dimensions and stuff? They could be just going to other planets or
Yeah.
something. Holy shit.
What? Wait, is that a mech? What? Yeah, okay.
Oh my god! We're gonna try to go outside.
Now,
Don't do
yeah,
it.
is this a memory or is he like actually
Yeah, I don't know.
going back to it?
Whoa, okay.
Oh my god. Wait, the Cylons?
Is that supposed to be Australia? With the big flat rock? And if he's immortal, he has all the time to find her.
Right.
But she might not be immortal.
Whoa! Whoa! Wait! Whoa! Dracula? Maybe.
Take my hand! Oh, wait, is that her?
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Like a little... Oh.
shit.
So this is a memory. Gotcha. So this is what he's held on to since then, yeah.
I like it.
I'm sure there must have been a time when I had nice dreams. Maybe when I lived in palaces and mansions. But maybe not. And then there was you.
Dang.
Did I dream when you were here? I don't know. I was too focused on our daylight hours. I never wanted to sleep in those days.
Master, can we go
Where is the one who can talk well? The one with the eyes I made you in Genoa?
You mean me?
I do. Sit with me a moment.
What do you wish?
I was curious. The night is long, and I've been given much to think about of late. May I ask a question of you?
Of course.
Do you remember who you were before you went to hell?
Almost do. It's like I remember how it was to dream, and to remember moments of the dream.
Bringing up dreaming
but
again.
Never the entire play. I was a scholar in a place called Athens. I think it was a long time ago.
What did you study?
I was a philosopher.
Oh, no way.
And this was a thing that sent you to hell?
I believed philosophy to be the study of the systems of the world and our purpose in it. And yet discussion of the nature of the divine became a crime.
To think about God would surely not be a sin in God's eyes.
Perhaps. And yet, here I am.
And perhaps you have not told me all of your dream.
I was betrayed. I gave up others so that I may live. I became
the betrayer.
A sinner. And they killed me anyway. I learned to like it. Yet, here I am, back on the surface of the earth, in a world where thinking is considered something that should be tortured and murdered. Thank you for my second life. I intend to use it well and make wonderful new dreams of it.
Okay.
Isaac, how you feel about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, right. He's like,
that was,
you know, not to reinforce your philosophy, but, you know. Oh, okay.
Just portal gateway that he's been in because that's why he's looking for this. So that cool. We understand you a lot more, Saint Germain.
Right.
But
oh, man.
I mean, I love that they're basically saying, okay, no, you thought like extra dimensions with maybe other fantastical stuff that's like, you know, clearly not from our world. No. We're going to jump you across potentially other times and into areas where it's like, no. This all could be in our universe. It's just aliens and, you know, Australia, like, you know, fucking City of Gold, Atlantis, or some shit or whatever.
All kinds of shit getting thrown around. And the thing is that on the one hand, the show didn't necessarily need to do this because they already told us this kind of stuff in the previous episode.
Yeah, so now we're shown it.
Yeah. And I'm really glad that we got it because one, it was a treat. It was a lot of fun.
It was very fun.
The fact that we got both, I think, is very important because that would have been it was already trippy as fuck. But if we didn't have like a an explanation for it beforehand
to ground us.
That would have been even crazier.
Even more jarring. Yeah. So,
but like now it's who knows? Hell might not even be the place that we next deal with. We could go to a place with spaceships.
Limitless possibilities, I think, was the reason for that. So having Sypha and Treffy having their little intimate time talking about the man and then setting him up to have his dream. That was crazy. I love the idea that it might not actually be a memory. The idea that because he woke up, it's like, oh, my dreams. Because the idea of her being in some kind of place that's like geographically impossible in terms of like the
trippy, twisted library.
Yeah,
space.
exactly. That could be a representation of the fact that there was some knowledge that she went after and he lost her to it. And she chose it over him, you know?
Sure.
Like there's whole kinds of things that we could read into this, but all we know is that he wants to find her. He will do whatever it takes to find her.
That's how he got the thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know? That is something that, again, that also could be a part of the dream.
Sure.
That the mechanics as to how he got it are not really important.
With how trippy it was, things could be non-literal.
Yes, exactly.
With how crazy the mechanics of the things that were happening were, there is also the possibility that everything is literal because it's just that alien and weird.
Right.
So
in some ways, there's almost nothing to discuss from it other than shit's whack. We could be going to a whole nother world plane or something like that in a season.
Right.
So right now though, they are kind of trying to understand the manner of the guy in that he is sad and lonely, reminding them of another immortal that was sad and lonely, and they kind of stumbled into his story and shifted up everything.
Right.
But in some ways, those two were also kind of similar to that. Obviously, way less Sypha, but
sure.
I mean, for her, I think it was a big deal to have a potential, person that she could interact with that wasn't a speaker, and thus she could have some adventure and fun in that. And for Trevor, having the companionship was something that he begrudgingly accepted in the beginning, but found out, no, actually, he really does need and want this. So it's cool.
Having parallels between characters is awesome.
Yeah.
But speaking of character interactions and things like that, segue.
Yeah.
We also got some stuff with Lenore and Hector this episode, and really that felt like the biggest plot conflict, thing that happened, because a lot of this was just conversations and memories and dreams and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Very good, all in their own right.
Right.
But so Lenore is doing her thing.
Yeah, she's trying to advance the story on their side of things.
Right.
And she's doing a relatively good job because Hector needs to kind of have this stuff slapped upside the head for him because his main weakness, I would say, is that he doesn't do a lot of self-reflecting, I would say.
Right. He's a very straightforward person, and that makes him very easy to manipulate. So Lenore's doing that here, but
just like Dracula did to him.
But it's this thing where when you start teaching the gullible person to think, in order to manipulate them, okay, sure.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do that before they start getting less easy to manipulate, right?
Yeah, exactly. So she is fine-tuning the dial on him to the point where it is actually kind of interesting to see Striga and Carmilla kind of looking on and being like,
what's she saying?
Did you make a mistake by beating the shit out of him? Because maybe that resentment will stay there forever,
right?
No matter what we do.
And there's that part of me that's really wanting to see it be something where Lenore's like, well, I'll get you to trust me, and so that I can trust you. But everyone else, I'm the one that deals with you. I'm your handler, right?
Yeah.
Now, I am way more important to them, right? Because,
Yeah, even if she doesn't use it to betray them in any way, all she needs to do is basically just say, I mean, he'll do whatever I tell him to. So, if you want to order Hector around, you're going to have to order me, which might not be as easy when I have, 1,000 night creatures under my command.
Sure, right, exactly. I'm curious to see where additional potential conflicts can come up and just interplay and stuff because it's a fun development in its nature, I would say, because how do you get someone that is manipulating you to still become someone you can trust, right? While at the same time, it's going into it in such detail that it's like, okay, now I want to see the details in the ramifications and consequences of this, right?
Right.
Maybe it doesn't go as smoothly as, Striga and Carmilla and everyone else would have wanted.
For sure, for sure.
But, yeah.
The more monologue than conversation with our Chimera Ant was rather interesting. And this is something that I actually feel like I was kind of like, I really hope they keep the ant around because we didn't actually get a conversation here.
No.
And this is just to contrast it a little bit with our pirate captain conversation.
Exactly.
That was a way better interaction because they both were speaking for the most part. And they were both kind of pushing and pulling in the conversation. Whereas this one, I felt like, we're trying to tie the connection between the idea of the dream and the waking nightmare and the existence that is life and all that. Cool. All right. Wonderful. We're philosophizing. That's fun.
And it's a great monologue. It had its desired effect on me for sure. Right.
Yes.
It's something where the real test is what happens when, the ant starts to really play with others. Because we only have our own curiosities and imaginations for what Isaac's response to all of this is, Because with the ship's captain conversation, we knew exactly where Isaac was coming from and the issues within Isaac that were being addressed by this.
Yeah.
This was more of a character introduction for the ant than actually anything to do with Isaac.
Yeah, and Isaac not responding might have been his response.
Sure.
That he's like...
actively just not...
Oh, I'm just absorbing this. Interesting.
Right.
Well,
I don't have anything to say about
shocking.
that shit,
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
I need to think a little bit more maybe about when I bring someone back that I am pulling a person's, because this is also a world building thing, I'm pulling a person's soul into a body, basically, and transmogrifying or transforming the body into a creature of terror.
Yeah.
That will then go and have its own will, desire, emotions, and all that. Huh.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, and the more the more that they have their own will, the more that you at the very least question, are they truly loyal to you? And even if they are,
which it did seem like this one was.
Right. Are there potential moral conundrums with that? Like, because Isaac, he totally slaughters people and all that stuff, but at the same time, he's trying to be the sensible person, right?
He is, yeah.
And so I could see him legitimately having a potential issue with oh, wait, I don't know if I want to bring a bunch of people up from beyond the grave to be my slaves.
Well, no, I think he has no issues with that. Yeah. It's just does the end truly justify this means?
Sure.
And so far, I would say yes, but he might now be thinking, oh,
wait a
this is pretty hardcore. All right, these are the means. I'm going to need to think about that.
Well, and also, if my goal is to kill all the humans, right, so that the world can finally be quiet because I don't think humans should be around, all that stuff, cool. Wait, you're bringing a bunch of humans back in order to get rid of the humans.
Well, yeah, what's the difference between a night creature and a human?
Right, because if he's able to fully recall his life and have, and be able to speak and think for himself and all of that stuff, then...
The one difference is that this one will listen to him and will follow his orders.
Right, but then that goes into the whole situation of, okay, you're playing God and you have a bunch of... captive audience, right, in a very real way.
He is very aware of that. He is too smart to not be aware of that.
Exactly.
The main difference here is that I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares at all. A bunch of people are running around playing God on the human world, and
I'll just be the most sensible.
No, they're just really shitty gods.
No, exactly, right.
He was literally
wouldn't be hard for him to be the most sensible.
Yeah, exactly. But the idea is that there's a difference between me being a good one versus everyone else actively being shitty ones. He can be a good one, and it will have no effect on whether or not people are being shitty ones.
Okay.
So I feel like the monologue was his kind of reminder of oh, this is what happens when humans try to play as God.
Right.
But there are mechanics at play that I don't even fully understand, but it did change me. If they didn't hunt me originally, I wouldn't have become a sinner.
Right.
Because I became a sinner, now I'm in hell.
And then I'm
because I'm in hell.
Right.
And then you pulled me all the way here.
And the whole thing of the, I began to get a taste for it, right? So the idea that then we know the process of how demons basically come about is you have the tortured souls of the damned, basically, that end up in their eternal torment, turning into these, horrific things, right? And then, they get a chance to go back to the world and play for a bit.
Yeah, and did you notice the connection between that and Hector? Hector is in a place of torment right now. To the point where he's now being twisted to be the weapon that they need.
Yeah.
And if he gets a taste for this, he might be whatever she needs him to be in order to have that bit of freedom, that second chance.
Sure, I like it. I like it.
So, in a weird way, the ant guy demon thing was more of a kind of forced way to connect all these kind of disparate plot lines with some themes. But because Isaac didn't interact with it as much, it
didn't have as much impact as I would say it could have. Because Isaac is a very fun character on his own.
Such fun character.
His dialogue with other people in the world, even if they're people we've never met before, that's where it truly
it's even better.
It's even better. Yeah. The fact so the dialogue in Castlevania, excellent, right? That's one of its biggest selling points in my mind. The fact having good dialogue with characters that we are very familiar with, that's one thing, and it's still very impressive. Having dialogue that we really care about with people we've never met before, that's a whole other level.
Yeah, but you need to have it actually be dialogue. And
right, exactly.
That's where this was something where I was like, oh.
We've seen that before with Isaac time and time again, but this was not that because Isaac didn't say anything.
Well, he didn't say much at all.
Yeah.
Like, he said like 3 or 4 words,
Yeah.
But okay, I mean, I want this to continue. Keep focusing on everybody. I will say that the episodes where we also focus less on Alucard's stuff tend to be better than the ones where we focus on his stuff.
Well, because I think the Alucard stuff right now feels too straightforward.
Yeah, or just contrived, kind of.
Sure. Like, it's one of those things where Alucard is... If these people are going to end up betraying him, Alucard is not seeing the signs that seem obvious to us
because he's so
lonely, right?
Yeah. We don't blame Alucard.
Yeah, don't blame the boy for that, right?
For just being lonely.
Exactly, but that's not necessarily going to make for gripping conflict narrative. Like we could just see that 2 episodes from now, and they finally betray him. You know,
there's a couple ways in which they could focus on it a little bit more, and it would work, but it would take a lot of time, and the pacing is already pretty slow in general this season. So let's kind of resolve that relatively quickly so that we can go and do episodes like this where it's entirely focused on everybody else.
Right.
Or at the very least, force Alucard to kind of come into this situation, leave the castle, go searching for them, maybe use some kind of like scrying device of some kind to find them so it's relatively simple, and then he can hard carry them through the eventual shit that's going to be a wormhole gate to, other places.
Oh, I thought you were going to just say the actual shit that's still by the door. I get the feeling Treffy and Syphon might have a problem with that.
I don't know. We don't know what they're into, Jacob. I will say though, it really looked like her butt was just massive. On the bed covers
right.
There.
That was totally like one of those like folds of
It's just a fold of
bed sheets or whatever.
And my horny dumbass was just like.
We've watched enough kinky anime where it's like, her ass is just the size of Treffy's whole chest.
It's a tentpole effect. It's there, but
I was thinking of it too, but I'm like, I mean, that's half the size of the bed. Like, that's
perspective, 2D animation, drawing. It's from a certain point of view.
Yeah, exactly. Watch, it's actually just like the sheets kind of conforming to like her leg at like an angle or something like that, but
possibly. But y'all, Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all of this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.